A new job for Isabella. It was the morning after a rainstorm had hit the island in the night. Miss Jenny's machines were all very tired when they woke up. The loud wind and heavy rain made it difficult to sleep. Soon, Miss Jenny arrived at the sheds with an urgent job.
There has been a series of rock slides over at the clay pits,
she announced.
The rain made many of the cliffs unstable, and most of them had collapsed during the night.
She looked at the schedule on her clipboard.
So then, Bill and Ben will be here in a minute to take Oliver and Jack there. Nelson will transport Byron and Ned to the accident site, and Max and Monty will drive to the clay pits themselves.
Yes, Miss Jenny, they all replied. The pack hadn't had a construction job for a long while now. Most of them were eager to start working again, especially Isabella.
Oh, if I spend another day in this shed doing nothing, I'm going to lose it,
she snapped, thinking no one would hear.
I haven't had a proper job in ages.
Miss Jenny could see the little Laurie was unhappy.
All right, Isabella,
she said.
If you want a job so badly, I'll kindly oblige. Let's see. The farmer's lorry on Edward's branch line has broken down and has been sent away for repairs. I'm sure you wouldn't mind transporting eggs and butter to the town.
Well, I'll do my best, miss,
replied Isabella. Soon, Bill and Ben arrived to collect Jack and Oliver. All this extra work, shifting all this clay, groaned Bill. It's enough to make the fittest engine ache, grumbled Ben.
You two are lucky that you have work at all,
said Isabella in a stern voice. She yawned as her engine revved to life.
It'll be nice to stretch my wheels. I just hope all the milk and eggs won't stain my paintwork too much.
The twins laughed. Be careful not to stick on the level crossing, warned Bill in his cheeky way. The farmer's old lorry did so once, put in Ben, and Thomas got showered in eggs because of it. We mistook him for a different engine, he was so messy, chuckled Bill. If your engine is hot enough, those eggs stick fast and will be very hard to clean off, added Ben. The twins' words shocked Isabella. Now she wanted more than ever to be careful. As she rolled away to the farm with her trailer, hot, sticky eggs was all she could think about. The farmer had a lot of goods waiting to be delivered. He stacked the egg racks onto Isabella's flat end and loaded the butter and milk churns on her trailer. The churns were heavy, so it made her go slowly, but at least she would be more careful at this speed. But it was at the level crossing where the trouble began. The strong winds from the previous night had blown down a tree close to the farm, and it landed on the fence containing the farmer's cows. As Isabella made her way to the crossing, she could see Nia there, trapped behind a whole herd.
What on earth?
She cried.
How did this happen?
I don't know,
Nia replied.
But these cows are very stubborn today. I've tried singing to them like I do with elephants, but they won't budge.
Oh, well, I can't wait here all day. I've got deliveries to make.
Well, if all else fails,
sighed Nia as she blew her whistle loudly. The cows moved enough to only let Nia pass.
There we go. I must remember, sing to elephants, whistle to cows,
she thought as she puffed away.
Well, it's all right for you, but what about me?
Huffed Isabella. She slowly nudged her way through the herd.
Ooh, you creatures have no consideration for busy lorries like me,
she muttered to herself. One of the cows came up so close to her that it accidentally pushed the coupling link off her trailer. At least she can make it through her obstacle now.
Phew! Finally!
She huffed.
I thought I'd never make it through.
But she was now in such a hurry to make up for lost time, she didn't notice her trailer was left behind in the middle of the crossing. When she reached the first grocery shop in Wellsworth Town, she tooted her horn and sighed with relief. But when the shopkeeper came to unload his lot of eggs, he was surprised. "Where's the milk and butter I ordered?" he asked. "They aren't here."
What?
exclaimed Isabella.
But where have they gone?
Meanwhile, at the clay pit, Jack, Oliver, and Ned were hard at work loading fallen clay into Max, Monty, and Bill and Ben's trucks. The twins were still complaining about their work as they huffed away to Wellsworth Station. The level crossing with Isabella's abandoned trailer was on Bill and Ben's line. The twins were still too busy grumbling to themselves that Bill didn't see the trailer until he rounded the bend. He gasped. "Stop, Ben! Stop!" he yelled. But it was too late. The heavy clay trucks made them slide across the wet rails, and Bill crashed into the trailer. The milk churns flew high into the air, and milk showered down all over Bill and Ben. When they opened their eyes, they were in a terrible mess. "Oh no," cried Bill. "Look at us! Wet and white all over," Ben whined. Isabella was at Wellsworth Yards. She was asking Nia if she knew where her trailer had got to when they both saw Bill and Ben puff in with the clay. Or at least they thought they were Bill and Ben.
Well, what do we have here? 2 new tank engines?
Teased Isabella. She winked at Nia. She soon got the idea and joined in.
Maybe Bill and Ben had been so naughty lately that the Fat Controller replaced them with these two.
"We are Bill and Ben," they yelled in irritation. "We just got covered in milk, that's all."
Milk?
Thought Nia.
Well, that explains everything. I would have thought you two were ghosts.
Wait a minute,
said Isabella.
You didn't crash into a trailer, did you?
"Well, we couldn't see in time, so maybe?"
Ooh, I hope you two haven't damaged it, or I will push you off the rails,
threatened Isabella, before she drove away to the level crossing.
If I were you,
chuckled Nia,
I would head over to the washdown before Edward sees you. Who knows what he will say if he sees you like this?
The twins wheezed with embarrassment and puffed away to be cleaned, leaving Nia with a bright grin on her face.